Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're looking at something unique, I guess, because it isn't chi-fi. It's actually made here in America. Well, it's an American company. So this one is the Westone Audio. This one's the Mach 60, and this is part of their reference series. The reference series is the Mach 60 and 80. And then they have a base series, which is the 70, and I don't know if it's a 40 or whatever it is. I don't know the lower ones. But anyway, this is the company that has Etmodic and Westone. They make some unique, more professional kind of oriented IEMs. But nonetheless, really nice packaging on this. The Lineum Estron Superbax cable, Westone Audio Technology. This is 6 balanced armatures. It has a 3-way crossover, dual low drivers, dual mid drivers, and dual high drivers. And it's kind of unique that this one has dual drivers and this one's more of a neutral one, because the next one that we're going to be doing will be the 70, and that's more bass, and that only has 1 driver. And it's amazing that it gets more bass with 1 than it does with 2. I just found that very interesting. So anyway, there's nothing really going on in the box. You open the box up, and inside you get this nice case here. So this is kind of a Pelican case. It is water and airtight, and we're going to open that up. And that's what's inside the boxes, just the case. It's got foam on the inside, but that can be customized. You get this nice pouch, a sticker, and a warranty card. And you get the units and the cable, and you get this bag filled with different foam and silicone tips and a cleaning tool. Really good accessories. You get a little hook to put on the side of the thing to hook on your backpack, and of course you could take this camping. Well, like I said, this foam can be moved and customized. If you don't want all these compartments, if you just want one big compartment for it, you can do that. Looking at this cable, I'm going to go over the specs in just a second. You got this rubberized organizer right there with the Westone on it, and you get this cable, and it's got some kind of locking mechanism because you can run this behind your head if you want, if you're in like a professional environment. These are very lightweight plastic. There's no pressure on the ears whatsoever with these. The back, you'll have blue for the left and red for the right, so that'll be the way that you find it out. Of course, this being Westone, they kind of have like the Shure kind of, trying to think, AudioFly, Shure, and Advanced. There's a whole bunch of companies that use this long, thin one. There are spin fits for this that have adapters, so don't worry. There's a plethora of tips if you really honestly needed tips. You got tons with this of different shapes and sizes and length. So it is like a matte kind of charcoal, dark charcoal, and then a silver right here with the Westone symbol. Very comfortable in your ears once you find the right size tip. The cable's very lightweight. It's a little on the thin side, a little kind of tangly almost. Not the most impressive considering the thousands of IAMs that I've reviewed, for a lot cheaper than this, that have some excellent cables. But the cable inside, the material that it's made out of, is very, very good. Don't let it fool you. It is designed to not colorize the sound. So comfortable, decent, good build. It's like a high-impact plastic. So the accessories on this are fantastic. The isolation on this is probably the best I've ever had in my life. I mean, if you just get that right fit. I mean, I honestly can hear my heart beating. That's how much isolate. It's almost like an ANC kind of headphone thing going on there. Like we said, so it's a three-way passive crossover. It has 6 balanced armature drivers. The response is 8 to 20 kilohertz. Sensitivity is 100 decibels, and it is 35 ohms. Now, it can, run right off your phone. It can run off of a dongle. It does scale a little bit, but not overly so much. I think the 70 needs a little bit more power. But other than that, it's nice. So it comes in this nice decorated box right here. It's got, plenty of information on the box. Inside you get this beautiful hard case, which I think is excellent. You can't get any better than that to protect your IMs. I mean, I wish I had like a bunch of these, like just to protect some of mine, or to travel, just throw them in your backpack. Obviously, you're not going to put it in your pocket. You do have the pouch, though, if you want to travel a little bit lighter. Now, the cable may seem thin. It may seem a little bit springy, but it is specifically designed for these. It has a low resistance rating of 0.75 ohms, and that helps it to not colorize the sound. So it was designed, and the strand, I think it is a very thin cable, but it needs to be that way. It also has a proprietary connector, which only Westone has for these. I think maybe the Atmodic has it as well, but it makes it difficult to customize the cable. You'd have to buy like the cable from them or from somebody associated with them, because it's their kind of connector. It's not an MMCX, and it's not a 2-pin. It's just kind of a unique, almost like a longer 2-pin kind of, not a longer 2-pin, but a longer MMCX kind of thing. I was hoping that the iPods had it, but the iPods had the Sennheiser adapter. I didn't think I was getting Westone, so I didn't ask for it on the not the iFi GoPods. I think I said iPods. I do have an iPod, but it is so old I don't bother to use it anymore. So anyway, bass on this has some nice depth and energy. It is more geared toward a neutral, kind of with a little, it's north of neutral. Let's put it that way. It is north of neutral. It has a decent speed. It's not the fastest in the world. I would say it's somewhere in the middle. It has a precise decay and details in the bass. There's no kind of harshness, no bloat or anything else like that. The bass doesn't even bother with the mid-range or anything else. Mid-range itself presents itself very balanced. It has a nice kind of richness to them. It doesn't overemphasize the vocals or the instruments. They're just kind of there, and they're placed like they would at a concert hall. Both are kind of forward and even. The mids have a good body to them. They're about medium in thickness. They're not overly thick, but they are very nice and kind of detailed mids with some neutrality to them, but mostly I would think they were more balanced sounding. That said, you get into the treble. Now the treble highs are very detailed. They have some good air. They have kind of a smooth, natural kind of energy going on there, but they keep their control. They don't step on anything. None of the frequencies from the bass to the treble step over each other. They all just work. There's very good, coherent sound coming out of these. That said, we get into the sound stage. Now the sound stage is wide. It may not have the most depth to it. It's more of kind of like a smaller kind of nightclub, or if you're listening to a garage band concert or something like that. It's not the widest sound stage, but it does have some decent width and maybe less depth to it overall. But imaging is accurate. Positioning is very, very good with this. So in a nutshell, these are made for what they're made for. These are made for more professional sound engineer type deal going on. And I can see that. And I'm not going to fault them, and I'm not going to compare them to some Chi-Fis. There are some Chi-Fis that are just incredible for like $40. So, you know, not even going to go there. But the Mach 60 is part of the reference line. It's one of the lower ones. It's sub-flagship kind of reference line. It is geared more toward professional or maybe somebody that wants to do slight, you know, critical listening. It's extremely lightweight, including the cable. It's natural sounding, and it just overall kind of a neutral, detailed, and slightly well-balanced signature overall. I think a lot of people that need something like this would like this, because it does come with a lot of really good accessories, and really, man, that isolation is hard to beat. I don't think I've ever had anything with this good isolation, and you could literally wear these all night. I fell asleep with these, so yeah, they were very, very good. I woke up, I saw like flashing, and there was a lightning storm. I couldn't hear it, even though the music had stopped for some reason. Like sometimes when you listen to Spotify, if you don't answer it, it shuts off, and I hate that. But yeah, I couldn't hear anything until I took these out. I didn't even realize there was a thunderstorm. So that said, very, very good. Thank you so much for watching this. This has been the Westone Mach 60, and this is part of the reference series. Thank you, and be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.